Hello everyone. So, it's April of 2024, and can you believe it? More new things have been discovered. Mind-boggling. And enough time saves that I'm starting to think, just maybe, a 247 might be possible. Just might be possible. Not sure if that'll happen soon or a long time from now. I don't know. But I'm starting to wrap my head around the fact that it could be a possibility, which I never thought would be possible. So this video I'm going to go over some of the new things that are being worked on and that have been found, and yeah. Let's get started with the main new thing, which is coal mine. Now I'm going to rely on some pre-recorded footage to help me out here, but let's start off by showing what the strategy was, what the old strategy was. So, here we go. I'll just let this play out. This was, the new strategy involves the second half of the second part of the coal mine fight. I'll just let it play out. So that's all normal. So is that.
Here come more.
How many of these things are there?
Dropped one. They each dropped one. I'm just going. And then you go towards the window. Now, so what's the big change that we did? Well, I will show you in a second. But basically, what it is we found a way to make the bloaters spawn in earlier. What makes the bloaters spawn in earlier is they each dropped one. I'm just going. This clicker over here dying as soon as possible. So we didn't know this for the longest time, but the moment this clicker dies, the bloater will, there's like a count. The bloater will spawn in at the same time every time once this clicker has been killed. Now in the old way, as you can see, we're killing him last. The runners have to die before these clickers, but we're gonna flip-flop the order. We're going to kill this clicker and then the other one. But that means we have to kill the runners a little bit quicker so we get in position. So, yeah. So, like I said, I'm going to rely on some pre-recorded footage to help me here. I'll let it play out and then I'll go over it here. I'll get rid of the controller cam. Look, and everything's the same up until here. Now it's different.
How many of these things are there?
You can brick that one too, it's fine. So we're getting him in the window now. Killing the runners a little faster, we get that one in the window. Take care of that one.
Time.
That is 8.5 seconds faster than what I just showed you before in my record. Isn't that crazy? Is that not absolutely crazy? Let's go back to the beginning here. Everything's the same as it's been a while. Okay, so from right here, everything's different. What we do first, we picked up a brick earlier in the middle of the fight.
Here come more.
And then I picked up a bottle after I killed that runner to spawn the next wave in right away. We're gonna pick up a brick here that Ellie dropped, but we're going to lure it closer to the entrance because that's where we're going to kill another runner with a brick or bottle throw. And then there'll be another one to pick up for the clicker next. So what we're going to do is pick up the brick, but then like back up briefly so the bottle is closer to the entrance.
Are there?
See that? It dropped from her pocket, and now it'll be right on top of where we kill the runner in the area. In this example, it went after David, but yeah. Okay, now this one. Kill him as fast as you can. Normally, I used to like wait for him to drop and then hit square. Hit square as early as you can that you get the kill. And then, you don't have to select the weapon, you don't have to shoulder swap, you don't have to do anything. Just aim. As long as the bow is the last thing you had in your hand. When you're finished with this animation, she'll start aiming the arrow. And you clip this one in the window. Just like that. And if the one that you just knifed before dropped ammo, pick it up after you arrow him. He didn't drop ammo, so you can just keep going, and hopefully this one does. No matter if they do or don't drop ammo, the strategy remains the same. So this one, in this example, the next one goes after David, but normally it should be like right in front of you. You brick it, kill it, and then pick up the bottle that's right there. And then the drop of ammo. There's always a drop of 2 bullets right here as long as you do the strategy that I normally do here. So you get that, and then get in position. You want to do it right here because if you do it from too far away, you see like the railings next to Ellie's head. If you do it anywhere else, like say you want to be further left and shoulder swap to get it even earlier than this, that stuff is in your way. So you want to do it here, and you also want to be close to the stairs. So, yeah. Get him as early as you can. Get the bottle here. Now, right here, there is a well-known glitch in this game where if you are too close to a clicker and you brick or bottle it, it just swipes it away. We call it the Neil Druckmann glitch because he was doing, this was like 2019, I think. He was doing like a charity stream, and he was playing some original Left Behind, and he died to bricking a clicker running in for the kill, but it didn't stun him. And then he said, "Oh yeah, there's the bug. We couldn't fix that before launch." So I always call that the Neil Druckmann glitch because it's very annoying. Ignore that. That's I'm live. That's just an alert. Meech, thank you for an 11-month resub. But yeah. So when you're bottling this clicker, don't stand too close. The bottom of the stairs should be perfect. As soon as the lock-on, don't wait for the clicker to drop down before throwing. Throw it as he's falling. The lock-on will pop up. And then this arrow right here, it depends if you... the arrow that we just fired on the guy on the top, depends if the arrow breaks, you can't pick it up. That arrow didn't break, so you can get it. Oops. Okay, right there. Boom. Boom. And then get in position for the kill.
Time.
And from start to finish. Again.
Here come more.
How many of these things are
Get the
there?
brick. So your bottle's closer to the entrance. Pick up any arrows. Stab. Aim and shoot. Get your bottle ready for the kill. Pick up any ammo they drop. Pick up that one. Get in position. Kill as early as you can. And go.
Time.
Okay. Now there is a slight problem with this strategy. That's a beautiful strategy. I love it. There's a slight problem with the ending of it, though. And I can show that off, I believe, in this video. Let me see if it's the right one. Yep, okay. So it's another video of the same thing.
Here come more.
How many of these things are there?
And see if you can notice the difference. Everything's the same. Arrow him. He dropped ammo, and the runner's right here. Forget the damage. You got a bullet. You got a bottle. Go over there, get it. Get in position. Kill him. Where's the clicker? Uh-oh. He's very late. He's very late. And you are not in position. You are not in position enough to kill the bloater. So did you see the difference? That clicker was so late to his spot. He was so late to his spot. Now compare that with the other video. I'll go back a little bit. Compare that with the other video. Listen, you can tell when that clicker in the purple jacket is going to hop in based on the noise he makes, the screech. So listen. He did that screech even before I fired my gun, right? That's RNG. That's random. There is no controlling it. You gotta trust me on that. Flip-flop the order, you kill the enemies, we tried everything. There is no logic to when that clicker will show up. So, you can do two things. You can wait to kill this clicker right here until you hear the screech in the window, but that's gonna lose you a little bit of time. So the way you want it to work is like screech, fire, you'll have time to get the bloater. But the fastest thing is to kill that clicker in the window as early as possible to maximize on time. We have a backup. Okay, so here we go. See, that one dropped ammo. Watch this. In this example, the clicker's going to be very delayed again. Watch what we do. Headshot it with an arrow. Unfortunately, you don't have to... there's a thing in this game where the arrow won't break, but the game is still like, hold on, you can't pick it up. Not yet. Hold on, hold on, hold on. You can't pick up the arrow yet. Hold on. Okay, now you can. And it's so evident in this part right here. The arrow didn't break, but you don't have time to pick it up. So after you kill him, you get in your spot, and you see, you have time. You have time to line up the shot. So yeah, in order to... Basically, this is what I do. I get in position, and I listen. When I'm about to kill that clicker, I listen. Is there a screech yet? If there's a screech, I use a bottle. If not, like he's not there yet, I use an arrow. And I headshot him. A headshot with an arrow on a clicker is an insta-kill. So, that's the new strat. Now, I shall do the entire area a couple times. Couple times. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's 8.5 seconds, so we're obviously going to do it. But it's... You got to change around some things. Alright, I'll do the entire thing.
See anything?
So if you want to learn how to do this area, this part is in my tutorial and everything.
You hear that? They're on the roof.
I know.
This is all nothing new. Been doing this for God knows how long. Okay, picking up this brick is mandatory now. That's part of the strategy. Okay, here we go. Kill him, get the bottle. Next wave spawns in, pick up an arrow. Okay, pick up this brick.
Are there?
to get this bottle closer to the entrance. Here we go. Aim and shoot. He didn't drop any ammo. Here's this guy. He did drop ammo, so pick that up, pick up the bottle right there. Now listen. I don't hear him. Yeah, see, I wasn't able to pick it up. That's okay, though. And boom. If you're unsure, that was really good. If you're unsure, like I fired the clicker, I was indecisive. Did I hear the clicker or not? I don't really know. Maybe I didn't have to use the arrow. Maybe I did. Yeah, I don't know. But as you saw, there's no getting that arrow back even if it doesn't break. So that's the one unfortunate part of it. But yeah, that's the new strategy. And again, practice. That was a really good example of it. You know, I'll do it one more time. I won't do the whole fight, though. Hold on a sec. Okay, here we go. Boom. We're going again.
Here come more.
How many of these
Get
things
this
are
brick to get this bottle closer to you. Got him. He dropped an arrow, or a rifle bullet. Alright, I'm gonna use a bottle on him. Oh. Wow, he was early there. Do you hear how early he was? Perfect example of what I'm talking about. And we're good going into the next area. Yeah, that was a really good example of what I'm talking about. That one, I've never heard him that early there before. His screech was so obvious. Interesting. So yeah, that's one of those things. Use a judgment call. That was so obvious that the move was to use a bottle. Before, when I fire and I just wasn't hearing the right thing, there's nothing wrong with using an arrow. Okay. Now, yeah, that's coal mine. Somewhere between 8 and 9 seconds faster than what we used to do. Now, the thing is with this area, we have to use 1, maybe 2 arrows more than we were using. So being able to do the lodge in Lakeside, the next part, can be a little tricky. Yeah, like doing this strategy here is totally worth it, but if you get just royally fucked with arrows breaking, what do? Well, we had to change up the next area. And I found a strategy there that not only is it faster, if it works, you'll only be using 2 arrows. So, yeah, let's go to the next area. Okay, so now we're in the next part right after Callus dies, and we got to move through this area. But first, let me show you... I changed this area up a little bit. Not only is it faster, but it can save us some arrows, which is important now that we do coal mine a little bit faster. Let me get this part up on my record and show you how I did this. I did it perfectly, but a little bit obsolete now. Here we go. I have no clue what starts the timer for when the bloater spawns in. Ah! That's really funny. Well, now I do. How old is this video? That's gold right there. November of 23. Oh, that's funny. I have no idea, actually. Now we do.
Where is that kid?
Okay, so this is how we would do this area.
James told me it's the girl from the university. How many of our guys were killed there?
Watch this guy here. I would kill him slowly and then go this way. And then kill that guy from up there.
Yeah.
And kill him, then I would go. Notice the 4 arrows used. So there's a couple things. This enemy right here, if he's looking at you, you have to you have to wait until it hits him before you start sprinting. If you get this right here and you sprint the moment you fire, it's an alert. So if he's looking this way, basically listen to the humming.
James told me it's the girl from
Like the humming for the
How many
alert.
of our guys were killed there?
It was pretty intense there. So if you sprint right away, you get alerted. If he's looking this way, you can sprint right away. Now watch how I take out this guy. This is what's obsolete. Did you see my little pause there? Like right there, I fire. You can sprint right here now. For some reason, I had it in my mind where I would kill him and then wait a little bit because I don't know why. Maybe he used to trigger an alert in the past, but I don't think he does that anymore. And then I used to go up to the right here and get him up there. And then go. So that was that. But now I do all of that in a different way. This is not pre-recorded, now I'm playing, so.
Really killing her? See if ones are alive.
That's all the same, this is all the same as my
James
tutorials.
told me it's the girl from the university. How many of our guys were killed there?
Okay, now run real quick on this guy. I have sprint held down the whole time. I'm going this way. Then I'm doing this. And if you want, what you do with these last two enemies is up to you. Like, ignoring the stuff that the guy dropped to my right and going after this guy is faster. Basically, arrow, arrow, like in my video that I just showed. That's faster. But now you see what I'm doing here. Here, give me a minute. I can go over some stuff here. Just a second.
Told me it's the girl from the university. How many of our guys?
So now again, I can sprint right away because he wasn't looking at me. I aim at this guy, and I start sprinting the moment I fire. And you can do that safely. Now what I do here, instead of climbing up to the right, I'm climbing up to the left. Because it's a more direct path. And then what I do here, because I'm so much further ahead than I was before, I don't want to wait for this guy, I want to go to him. So what I end up doing is climbing this thing. She'll default by going this way. So you climb up this thing, she'll end up going this way a little bit. Like that. Now, if you aim at him and go right away, that you'll get spotted. So what I end up doing here, it's subtle. As I'm climbing, I hit circle to crouch. And then I just move left a tiny bit and one of these things is in my way. So okay, we'll do this multiple times, but... So I'm climbing, I hit circle. I go left a little, then I aim, it breaks his line of sight real quick, and then depending on the supplies that you have, you can either, because he's a lot closer to us, doing it this way, we're technically killing him later, which means he's a little bit closer to us. So we can get the stuff he drops here without breaking our direct path towards that where we need to end up going.
Yeah.
So we can get the arrow back. And then you can actually walk up to him and stab him. I'll show you. But again, depending on how many supplies you have, if that third arrow doesn't break, you can pick it up, and then you can walk up to this guy and square prompt him for a kill. You can't sprint the whole time. Again, I'll show you. And we just used 2 arrows in the entire area. Now again, if you got blessed with arrows not breaking that much in coal mine, you can use 4 arrows here, take direct paths, not pick anything up, and all of that is about 2 seconds faster. Here, I'll show you. Make sure the capture is good. So let me do this as fast as I possibly can, not counting on arrows. Because you want to have 2 arrows and 1 rifle leaving here. You want to. It's okay if you have a little less.
How many of our guys?
He's looking at me, so I'm going to wait to sprint. I'm going to keep sprint held down the whole time.
Where'd they go?
Go up. I'm going to crouch. Left. Boom. Boom. Okay, that was good.
Yeah.
That right there is 2 seconds faster than the way I used to do it. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but it's pretty good. That's pretty good. It does look faster than that, but it's only 2 seconds. But what I like about this is it allows us to be good with our supplies. Yeah, 2 seconds is 2 seconds. Now let me show you what happens if I don't do that little turn to the left after I climb that thing. Because that's the main difference there. We're going to that enemy in the purple jacket instead of waiting for him to hop down. That's the main difference.
How many of our guys were killed there?
Okay, we can sprint right away again. Oh, that was my fault. On PlayStation 5 Unpatched, there's a little outline of the enemy through the wall. It's very weird, but that's how I know whether to, like, keep going or not. Or, like, when to aim at this guy.
Once they're alive. He doesn't get to make that call. James told me it's the girl from university. How many of our guys were killed there?
Got him.
Yeah.
Keep going.
They go.
Okay, that's the other thing that can happen. That's just a thing of RNG. If the guy with the gun is coming towards the stairs, you have to wait. And that's why. Basically, some of these 2 enemies, it's possible for them to flip-flop their pathfinding. So it's one of those things, when you're going through, you have to look to make sure that the guy in the lighter colored jacket isn't walking towards you. You saw, I could still save it, it's just not as fast, unfortunately. You have no control over that. That's all the game saying, here, hold my middle finger
James told me it's the
for me.
university. How many of our guys were killed there?
Alright, had to delay the sprint there. Got him. Okay, now watch this. If I go through the middle and... Okay. Now, I had time to get him there. If you're fast enough, you do have time to get him before you're alerted. I just wouldn't recommend it. Let me show you...
Really killing her?
what happens if you...
We don't get to make that call.
like that, but not working.
How many of our guys were killed there?
Alright, I had to wait to move.
Where'd they go?
Okay, watch this.
You're gonna pay for this, you little shit!
See that? You don't really have that much time to climb the thing, aim right away, and get him. If you've started climbing and he hasn't hopped down yet, maybe. It's one of those things. If you practice it enough, you'll see what works, see what doesn't work. You'll see just how much time you have to be able to pull that off. Most of the time, you're not going to have enough time. So that's why when I climb the thing, I don't aim right away. I just move left a little bit to break his line of sight real quick, and then I aim and shoot. It's a tiny little delay. Okay, so there's all that. Let me mention what to do. Again, this new strategy is good for a couple reasons. One, it's faster. That's the main thing. Two, if because of coal mine you're low on supplies, like you don't have a rifle bullet and you really need some arrows, this strategy is good for that. Let's pretend we're very low on arrows. What would we do? Because I already showed you the fastest thing. You arrow, arrow, and take direct paths towards the exit. But what's your course of action if you are low on supplies?
How many of our guys were killed there?
He's not looking, so I can sprint right away.
Where'd they go?
Okay, I'm gonna go left here. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Get the arrow. Slow down. Get him. Pick up whatever he drops. Now, because we were so close to the exit when we killed him, they don't go after you. It's a very weird thing. I mentioned it in my tutorial. They go into that building over there. They go into that building over there instead of coming towards you. As long as you're, like, on the pieces of wood here when you stab him, they'll do that. It's weird. Can I hit him? Damn it. Yeah. The thing about that is though, if you sprint the whole way and hit square, it's not gonna he's gonna turn around and get you. If you hit triangle to kill him, Ellie will do that very slow, like jumping on his back and stabbing him 3 times. It's very slow. What I recommend is stop sprinting right around at the spot where the alert would trigger. Walk up to him and hit square. You're basically sprinting, you jog, and the square will always be the knife to the back of the neck. So, yeah. And the other guy dropped pistol ammo. That might be rifle ammo. If we were to enter here without rifle ammo, this is an example where you would kill the third guy, and there's a chance the third and fourth guy can drop one.
How many of our guys were killed?
Yeah.
You don't have time to pick up that arrow, okay? Okay, circle, left, aim, get him. I'll still pick up that. Okay, stop sprinting, square. And we're good. Again, now obviously arrowing both of them would be the fastest thing, but sometimes you're not, just based on supplies, you're not able to. But that's basically the backup. Now what's funny is that right there,
Really killing her?
that right there is about the same speed as the fastest way to do the old strat.
How many of our guys were killed?
They're about perfectly even, if you can believe it.
Where'd they go? Yeah.
I'm gonna go left here. See, arrow. Well, he didn't. Alright. I'll get the pistol. You get the idea, right? If you're low on supplies, get whatever is dropped by the third one, and then don't use an arrow on the fourth one in the way that I just did it there. If you have enough supplies, arrow them all, skip what they drop, and yeah. What's convenient about doing it this way is the guy in the purple jacket, I think I mentioned this before, but I'll repeat it. We are killing him, based on where he's standing, we're actually killing him a little bit later compared to the old strategy. The old strategy, he would hop down and we'd get him right away. Here, he's, you know, he hops down, but then we're waiting. Basically, he's a little bit further. He's taken a couple more steps towards us when we do this new strategy versus the old strategy. So that means we don't have to go too far out of our way to get the arrow if it didn't break, or something that he drops, which again could be rifle if you don't have any, or a pistol bullet, which you can also find a way to use in the lodge. And yeah, that's about all I have for this area. It's one thing I will mention, I probably can't get it to happen. If you are too fast, you'll get alerted if you go as fast as you can.
Really killing her?
What am I trying to say? Sometimes, I'll give you an example. Sometimes this guy right here isn't there. And if you just go, you would basically just get alerted right now. So if that guy isn't there, slow down a little bit, okay? That's one thing I should mention. Because you're going too fast now, it might be the guy with the gun in this case that spots you, but it's not with their eyes. It's some invisible line you cross. It's weird. So yeah, sometimes if you are too fast, I don't think you can be too fast if you have to kill both of those enemies before you like climb these things. But if the second guy isn't there and you can keep running, slow down a little bit. Okay, and try and. Oh, right there. I didn't hit circle when I was climbing. When I climb sprinting, but I hit circle in the middle of the animation so she'll land crouched. That's the reason why right there. Okay. One more time for the road. I will pretend that I'm low on supplies.
Really killing her? Didn't want her alive. He doesn't get to make that call. James told me it's too close from the university. How many of our guys were killed there?
Where'd they go?
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
So technically right there, I used 2 arrows and was still able to do it very quickly. Now, not right there, not moving to the left to break his line of sight was a judgment call. I could tell he hopped down a little bit later and I was far enough ahead to where I just went as fast as I could. And it paid off, but another half a second, I would have been spotted. So, yeah. And again, it's just when you're finished climbing and you're crouched on the other side, it's just a quick this way and then pop up and aim. Okay, that's all I got for this area. Again, it had to change because of what we did in coal mine. And I need to also mention that I've been playing around with some things in a couple other areas, so I figure I'd show them off here as well. All right. We are at the truck push in Billstown. Now, I changed up the second and third wave of the push, but let me show you how it went in my record. Didn't go very well, which is the whole point of changing things up a little bit. But basically, well, I'll let it play out first.
Hey, around that house, to your right.
Don't have much time. Back to pushing.
He's not pushing. Thank you. Okay, I watched it back. That wasn't too bad. But the things that I changed up, as you could tell, in the second wave here, I went shotgun, melee, shotgun, shotgun. And then the last one, I went shotgun, 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 brick, throw, melee. So basically 6 shotgun shells, 2 melee weapons. Included, one of them is the modded weapon I have here. So what's different? Well, basically, hold on. Basically what I changed up here is I'm using 1 extra shotgun shell, so 7 total, which you should have at this point. You should have, unless you got royally screwed, in which case you do the other strategy. Yeah, the other strategy, what you saw on the record, is a good 6 shotgun shell strategy, but I'm going to take a chance and use 7 now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use 4 shotgun shells on these 4 enemies, and then I'm going to save the modded weapon for the final enemy in the third wave. And that also means I don't have to pick up the brick in the middle of the fight, which kind of stopped Joel's momentum going back towards the truck. So it simplifies things a lot. There's no accounting for weird pathfinding RNG and stuff, but yeah.
Hey, around that house, to your right.
Don't have much time.
All right, I didn't mean to push that one back so far, but we still get back to the truck in a good amount of time. Push the truck. Let's pretend Bill pushes the truck.
All right, Ellie, get ready.
I don't think he recognized the area is finished. Whatever. That ain't my fault. He thinks there's an enemy up. He thinks there's an enemy alive. I'm sorry. I'll do this all again. That didn't happen in practice. Bill's glitched. He thinks there's an enemy around. I did this like a dozen times in a row and it went well. Sorry, that was really funny. Let me load up that part again. Alright, let's do all that again. 7 shells.
Guys, around that house, to your right.
Don't have much time. Back to pushing.
You are not cooperating today, are you? That was good though. Clean and easy. Okay, that one went to circle shiv me, but the only other thing I could do there is like brick throw swing or shotgun shell that one. You know, it's still, that last one has a history of being pretty ugly, but if that one was like right in front of me after I killed the third one, which is what it was supposed to do, it's just an easy square prompt. So what I like about this, not only is it faster than what I used to do, it's a lot simpler. I will take the chance of having enough shotgun shells for sewers. I'll worry about that later. You know, I want to focus on these areas going very, very well because I have a bad history of getting a good run this far and then losing anywhere from 6 to 8 seconds of just weird things happening. If this strategy does one thing, it lowers the chance of something truly terrible happening. So let me get one good performance and then like compare it against my record to see exactly how much time it saves. Let's go again. 4 shells on these guys. Thank you, Bill, for pushing that clicker back that much further. Better than using a melee weapon on one from that far away.
You know, Joel. Let's get her to that hill.
Much
All right,
better.
Ellie, get ready.
There we go. See how much more convenient it is to use modded weapon on the last one, because the alternative is a shotgun where if it's on Bill and it's moving, you could miss, or Bill, if you brick one, Bill could slice it away from you. If you use just a flat melee weapon, you got to swing it 2 or 3 times. It's frustrating. I like the if nothing else, with all the RNG this area has to offer, I love the simplicity of it. Using a shotgun in the second wave strictly with enemies that can be very far away from you, and in the third wave, just locate the last enemy and hit square and then pick up ammo that they drop. Unfortunately, I didn't get any ammo dropped here because that's a part of it. Every enemy you kill here has a chance to drop a shell if you do this strategy, using the extra shotgun shell in the second wave. All right, now give me a moment, and we're going to compare these 2 performances. This one and in my record, so hold on. All right, so now we're going to compare. Here we go. On the left is my record, on the right is what we just did. Here we go. All right, they're lined up perfectly.
Don't have much time. Back to pushing.
You get back to the truck a lot faster using this one. And again, this part's usually a bit messy. 1, 2, 3.
Get her to that hill.
All right, Ellie, get
Yeah, look
ready.
at this time save. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3. I counted 3 seconds saved.
You hear that sound, Bill?
Yeah. Well, that means
I just counted 3 seconds saved. That's just me, but, well, not just me, that was 3 seconds. Most of the time save seems to be in the second wave compared to the third wave, but again, if there's one thing I love about this is the simplicity of it. I can't tell you how many times I'm on a good paced run, and this area especially, something goes badly because this enemy wasn't where he was supposed to be, or amongst all the areas in the game, this one is a bit underrated with its bullshit. Basically, this one's supposed to run at you, but instead he stayed put. This one got caught behind a car. The pathfinding. This one went after Bill. Oh, I bricked this one. Bill swung at it, canceled the brick, and then I get. There is actually so much that can happen here that's ridiculous. If this strategy does one thing, it simplifies everything a lot more. And that is worth 1 extra shotgun shell. If you enter here with 6, there's nothing wrong with doing it the way you did it in my record. If you have 7, I recommend the new way. I really do. And again, if you enter here with 7 and you use 7, every enemy in the last wave is capable of dropping a shell. So, yeah. And plenty of times I've left here with 1. 0's a little but I'm going with the odds on this one. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna be doing that from now on, and you just saw right there, that's 3 seconds faster. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. All right, let's move on to another area where we also found something new. Okay, next up is in the downtown building. Right before the museum, where we got to sneak past the infected here. This one's very small, and I think I might have talked about it before. This one isn't, like, new, but it's something as I'm going to probably be trying for a 247 at some point. I want to squeeze out every second that I can. This is definitely a time squeezer. Let me show you in my record what is normally done here. So it's this strategy right here. Because my melee weapon isn't glitched out. I have 1 legitimate hit still in it. I'll mention that in a bit, but the strategy hasn't changed much. You do all that, pick up the brick, and you go. And then you just go. You can sprint leap through this window, but that's about it. And then you go. That's pretty much it. Now, you heard me mention in that video how this melee weapon on his back... hold on a sec. This melee weapon on his back isn't actually, like, a legit melee weapon. When we did the downtown fight, just a couple floors above, we ended the fight with a brick throw and a melee weapon swing. And when you do that, the game recognizes the area as finished before the game is able to recognize that there's no hits left in the melee weapon. It breaks on the last hit. But when you restart encounter, you basically have a melee weapon with no hits in it. And it bugs out. See, I'm gonna hit square. I can't swing it. Now you can swing it. You just have to be sprinting when you do. It's very, very weird. Look how it, like, teleports to his hand. Isn't that weird? So what is inconvenient about this is we want to not have this melee weapon when we do capital. Because the bottom floor, sometimes we need to just quick jab an enemy out of our way. But because this melee weapon is bugged out, you can't just do a flat-footed swing. To get rid of it, you have to do a sprinting swing. You can either do a sprinting swing in the alert phase, then he'll just drop it, or you use it on an enemy. But what we're going to try here, again, I haven't done this in a run yet. This was discovered by another speedrunner named Proxima.
God, we're almost out. Okay, Joel.
Basically, what we're going to do is I'm going to get rid of it here by sprinting towards the end.
You stay sharp.
And it's tough, but I'm going to give it a try. Well, it's not tough. It's just tough is the wrong word. It's risky. So everything's the same. And we're going to do this. I think they heard that. Yeah, they did. I told you it was risky. Well, I mean, the triangle prompt reappeared right away. Let me redo all of that real quick. Let's try that again. Everything's the same strat we've been doing forever. There we go. Okay. So that right there is 1 second faster. This is one of those I'm still debating if it's worth it or not because of what you just saw. Can we just hit the runner in the museum? I timed it. Using this melee weapon on the runner in the museum that we brick, killing him, then running out, is 0.3 seconds slower than just throwing the brick and running past him. So it's faster to not use any melee weapon in the museum. And also, this is 1 second faster as well. Basically, we would have to get rid of this melee weapon either in museum or before Capital had even started. Like when you first enter Capital, you have some sprint speed. You could get rid of it there. But it takes about a second to, you know, do a sprint swing and get rid of it. So, yeah. What I like about this, I want it to work again. So, it's normal. It's normal. Now you see this thing on the ground here? It's like a rectangle. It's just to the right of Joel's head. When I get towards the top of that, I basically start sprinting and mash square so he does his sprint swing as early as he can. And then I keep sprint held down the whole time and then do the leap into the window. So it was like this. Sprint, mash square, keep sprint held down, and then you let go when you're on the other side. But, yeah. Compared to just jogging and doing what I showed you in the video before, it's about 1 second faster. But then you don't have to lose the second that you would need in Museum or Capital to get rid of it before the bottom floor of Capital. So really, this is a 2 second time save if you're able to find a way to get this. I'm sure there will be some more, what's the word? Evolutions of this and something a little more consistent, but this is what I have right now. And even though it didn't work the first time, it has a high success rate. So let me do it again. Okay. Do this again. Right, just watch my inputs. There we go. Just like that. And again, we get rid of the melee weapon. That ends up being 1 second faster. So, one of those things that I think is worth it. I'm going to start doing. If I lose the occasional run to it, then so be it. But I'm all for squeezing as much time as I can out of this. Okay. Yeah. If nothing else, I gave you an idea of what I'm looking for. I like the fact this no longer loses a second in one of the next two areas, and it also speeds up this area a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Couple more things. Okay, this one's a small little thing, but in University, with the generator on the second floor, surrounded by like 6 runners. I changed up a little something here. Let me show you what happened in my record. Yeah, okay. So this was my record. It didn't go very well. Whatever. Okay. So right there were a few things there. Notice how many times I like go back and forth right here. I go 1, 2, 1, 2, and then back up. That's to sort of gather them all into a ball and then get them. Now what you want to do here is crouch so this doesn't happen to you. Joel reacted to it because he was standing. He was like, whoa, and he got blown back a little bit. Yeah, there was that. But then one ended up surviving anyway. So, like, everything went wrong in this one. Watch this one.
Stay with the horse.
This one's pre-recorded. Here, I'll get rid of the controller.
I'll be right back.
Watch this. Same strat, just done better and faster. Wasn't that a lot smoother? That was roughly, I want to say like 3 seconds faster. 2.5 to 3 seconds faster. So watch what I did. I hug the left wall. I touch the top part of like that ledge there, and then go back. And then I throw it there, which is the same. Basically, I'm like running forward, then running back instead of, you know, going back and forth, back and forth. I just sprint forward and then go back, and I throw. I make sure to crouch. And they should all be dead. If there's one in my way, I kill it. But that's it. So instead of like going forward, then it's back and forth, just baiting them, then going backwards and throwing. I sprint to the little wall, move back, throw, crouch, and that should be good. It's somewhere between 2.5 to 3 seconds faster. This is proof that it does work. Okay, and I can probably show you the next thing right here. Yeah, okay. So this is the... Make sure I have the right video here. Yeah, right here. Okay, the university, the next area, the dorm room. This one isn't huge, but I'll bring up my record to show you. Good. So that was okay. Watch what I end up doing. I end up picking up the flamethrower ammo at the last second to sort of force them into this doorway. And then I pick up the arrow right away. And then crouch, triangle, go. That's the same. But, no, all of that is for a reason. It's to increase the consistency of this area working. But watch what I was able to get without picking up the flamethrower. Watch this. The same thing, but I just go. I pick up the arrow at the very last second, and then I do everything the same. And they're not near me. I can even, like, sprint a little at the end. Now, I'm not sure how much faster that is. I think it's maybe a second to second and a half. But I skip the flamethrower ammo, I pick up the arrow as late as I can, and then I circle triangle, and then go. So yeah. This is one area that has, like, trolled me in the past, where other runners do this strategy, it works for them, I do it, and it doesn't seem to work. It especially doesn't work when I use a pipe on the first enemy. A shotgun is definitely recommended, but This had a surprisingly high success rate, so I'm thinking I'm going to try this in a run as well. Clearly faster. I didn't put a side-by-side on how much faster, but clearly. Actually, you know what we can do? I'm able to do that. Here, just 1 second. Let me get this up. Here, we can do a live side-by-side comparison. Look at this. They're perfectly aligned. I counted 1.5 seconds. I counted 1.5. And pretty consistent, yeah. I'd say it was consistent for me. Yeah, that's the... So it wasn't a lot. I didn't intend for this video to be super long, but yeah, the coal mine, the things after coal mine, the thing in downtown, university at the generator, and the basement right there. That's all stuff I'm going to start trying. Some of that was new, some of that had been around for a while, but yeah. That's about it. I've only recently returned to this, so I don't know how much of like a record grind I'm on right now, but I do believe with all of this stuff and maybe a couple more things, a 247 could be in our maybe near future, which that'd be something, wouldn't it? That would be something. I truly believe that's the human limit, because another minute on top of that, I don't see it. I don't see it. I do believe the 247 would be the human limit of this. Barring more discoveries, of course, but... yeah. That's about it. I'll see you guys. Bye.